How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Blackboard Rants, or whatever the show is called. I'm Tyler.
I'm John.
And today, for our first, well, not first, but one of our...
for our hot shot, which
Whatever.
comes first.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting that right. Explain.
What we have today is a nice Frank's Red Hot, circa 2014. It has a nice high body to it. I don't know, that's what they say on those.
A good-looking neck.
That's just...
And as you can see, John's pouring the shots for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
No. Jeez.
Ooh, you can smell that vinegar already.
It's got that nice strong vinegar to it. This is normally the type of sauce where you would definitely do your wings on.
Yeah, Red Hot does buffalo, and it's very close to a traditional buffalo sauce.
Oh, yeah, it says right here, Frank's Red Hot Buffalo Wings.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
Let's throw it out.
Sneaks right up to your nose. You want to go to the back of your throat a little bit?
You can taste that vinegar.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
A lot less peppery than the Mexican sauce we had
Right.
a while ago.
This is the kind of sauce where if you're a fan of spicy stuff, but not to your level, this is good sauce for like guys like me who are a fan of spicy stuff, but don't go freaking nuts over it.
And it gives you a good tang.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it goes good with wings and ranch dressing, that kind of thing.
I'm a fan of using this type of hot sauce actually in spaghetti.
Frank's Red Hot. Well, I just don't eat spaghetti, so.
Right. Well, if you do, it's good in there. Okay.
I like marinara sauce, but not spaghetti so much.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of marinara sauce.
Well, you were just having marinara sauce on your cheese fries. Booyah!
Okay, are we ready?
We're ready.
All right.
We're ready already.
All righty. Well, first thing is, it just came out this week that AMC and Regal Theaters are hosting what they're actually calling the Ultimate Marvel Marathon, which is they're going to be starting with the first Iron Man movie all the way to the new Avengers movie. What do you think about this? Would you do it if we had AMC or Regal here?
If it was in the AMC Prime theaters, because what I hear of those is you get a nice reclining leather seat. But not a regular theater. I get very uncomfortable in theaters because you're next to everybody and I got broad shoulders.
I know, yeah. You're like a centimeter away.
And then they come over and they got something in their cup holder, and then you got something in your cup holder, but then the other person's arm is right. And
if you're a tall guy like me, then you're sitting there and doing this, make sure nobody's like everybody can see, and your arms start falling asleep.
Or you're a short guy like me and you can't see over the guy in front of you.
Right.
That's why I like the ones with stadium seating. They have those in Green Bay.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just go sit in the first row of the stadium seating, which isn't the first row of the theater because they have regular theater and then it starts stadium. Then they have the railings there. Mm-hmm. I like to sit there, put my feet up, take a rest.
Yeah.
But yeah, in a regular theater, no, I wouldn't do it because I have them all on Blu-ray already.
Right.
So I can just...
I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I can just sit home and watch them all.
Right.
So,
and what's crazy too is it starts at 7 or 8 at night, and then goes all the way into late in the afternoon the next day. So, if we did that, people would be like, "Those dudes have no life whatsoever."
If I were younger, I would probably want to do it because I didn't sleep for days when I was younger. I think my longest was 76 hours.
That's
with
crazy.
No sleep.
That's crazy. I was never able to do that.
And so then I would have been able to handle it. But now I got to be in bed by 1 o'clock at least. You know.
Just wait until the day when you're 70. You got to be in bed at 7:30.
Yeah, but you get your supper at like 4 then. So then...
And then you got about medication.
Yeah, and you get to watch Wheel of Fortune, and then you go to bed. That doesn't sound so bad to me.
Anyways, next thing, the E-Man, the Battle Cat photo was actually released. It looks very badass. And I'm pretty sure right now we're showing it.
Yeah, it should be up on the screen right now.
It looks pretty awesome, pretty badass. Actually, I think that's He-Man on top of there.
Yeah, that's the new... No, the Twitter picture didn't have... I think we might have the wrong picture up there.
Oh, what?
Okay, so we'll change that.
Okay. Are we there
should
yet?
be up now, I think.
Are we there yet? Or is it up now?
Yep, this is it. There we go.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that's one bad looking feline.
Yeah, it looks pretty badass. Except for, again, people are going to complain, and I might a little bit too, is the lack of color. It's a pretty washed out picture. But as far as we know, it's just concept art.
Right.
It might not even be concept art. It was just tweeted by a producer.
Right.
So it might just be fan art that he thought this is the direction we should go.
And so, yeah. Next on, Jason Momoa, who we all know is playing Aquaman in the new Batman vs. Superman movie. He was interviewed, and he kind of explained a little bit about his part as Aquaman. And it actually is pretty minimal, which me and you were talking about, and he said, well, I'm not really surprised by that, so I don't even know why we're talking about it. But I think I kind of came up with a little something to kind of throw you off a little bit, but go ahead and tell me what you think about that.
Well, we discussed how he would show up at the end in the best of ways anyway with the New Frontier, where he shows up and you don't know whether he's a good guy or a bad guy in the scenario. And so that's what I was hoping they were doing with him here, and maybe that is with him saying that he's not in it much.
Right. Or it could be, and I think we talked about this, but with Wonder Woman and Aquaman being in there, that it could possibly show the assemble of the Justice League. And I'm guessing they would do that with Wonder Woman. But I think I'm gonna like that ending with Aquaman coming out of the sea, and you don't know when they're gonna fight or not. So I definitely think I'm gonna like that ending way better.
If that's the way they go, yeah.
Right. Okay. So
well, and then
go ahead.
Well, we're on Batman versus Superman.
Oh yes.
Former Green Bay Packer and also Seattle Seahawk and Houston Texan running back Amon Green.
Yes.
Who has always been an outspoken lover of comic books and especially Batman, somehow managed to weasel his way into playing Thug number 2 in Batman versus Superman, which, you know, as a fan, thinking that somebody else who is famous and is a fan can do that, just really makes you giggle a little bit. I think that you have power with powerful friends, and you say, "Get me in Batman versus Superman."
I don't care what it is, just get me in there.
That's what I want to do with my life.
Right. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, that's good. That's got to be awesome though, because speaking of cameos, right away I was watching Queen of the Damned, and I never noticed it.
Good soundtrack.
I never noticed it, but Korn lead singer Jonathan Davis was actually in there, and I don't know how the hell I spotted him, but I did, and so I actually thought, hey, I'm pretty good at this. But yeah.
I don't remember that because I don't remember much of that movie, but I remember the soundtrack, which was pretty good. It had Dry Cell, Body Crumbles on it, which the Dry Cell album ended up not being released because Linkin Park was on the same label as them and said, they sound too much like us. Then their album got scrapped.
Oof. Okay, now that we're on music, finally, for all you Iron Maiden fans, and you kind of detached a little bit, Iron Maiden's 16th album is now complete. According to the drummer Brian McBrain, he said that, pretty much like I said before, the album is complete, but what we didn't know was the lead singer, Bruce Dickinson, actually had cancer. There was a tumor found at the back of his tongue, and he got done with a 7-week treatment. And basically what they're doing is that they're waiting for him to recover because, with all the touring and whatnot. Yeah. So it's going to be a while, yes, because this disease is pretty insane. So if anybody's out there waiting for Iron Maiden album, it is done. It is complete from what it sounds like, but we just got to wait for Bruce to get better.
Yeah, and we were talking about different Iron Maiden stuff.
Oh, yes.
From the Number of the Beast.
Yeah.
And how the song, The Number of the Beast, is the only reason I can quote a Bible passage verbatim.
Which is...
Oh, woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil sends the beast with wrath, because he knows the time is short. Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a human number. Its number is 666.
Oh. And no one never knew.
And that was done by the great film star... I'm blanking. Vincent Price. Vincent Price did that on that album. And yeah, I went to Catholic catechism from 1st through 11th grade.
Immediately everybody's going to stop watching. It's like, oh, he's Catholic, stop it.
And I've studied different things in the Bible, and that's the only line from a band that when I was a kid, mothers were saying, they're devil worshippers, don't let your kids listen to them. If you had a cousin that listened to them, they were the creepy, scary one that played Dungeons and Dragons and worshiped the devil, your parents said. And I just think it's ironic that the only Bible quote I can do is from them.
Because it's the coolest thing ever. And also what we were talking about was The Prisoner. Because I was telling you, I was listening to that on the way in, and can you do the opening of that song, please? Do it.
You need to help me start out, man.
Oh, okay. We'll
number 6.
You are the new number 6, or something like that.
Who are you? I am number 2?
6.
No.
Oh,
you're number 6.
No, you are. I am.
We're messing it up.
But
it ends up with the great line, I am not a number, I am a free man. Which he had never seen the show.
No, I knew it was a show, but then he actually showed me the opening sequence.
Yeah, and I used to watch it on the Sci-Fi Channel. They would do reruns, and I would watch it. I didn't remember much about it, and it was on the Iron Maiden song, and he had the big balloon that would follow him around and chase him.
Which I never knew that because we were watching the sequence he was running, and that balloon just lays him right out. I thought that was
and in case you don't know what we're talking about, the show was called The Prisoner, and it was about a spy who got captured and sent to a whole island where they were trying to find out the secrets that all the spies knew.
Right.
And
information. I'm looking for information or something.
No. Information. We want information.
Yeah,
and
pretty close.
But then they did a reboot of the series as a miniseries with Ian McKellen on TNT, I think, a few years ago. And I never got to see that. I would like to see that one.
I think it's got to be pretty great, actually. But yeah, big shout out to Bruce Dickinson and his family. So hopefully he recovers really good. And Iron Maiden is definitely one of my bands on my bucket list to go watch, actually. So, yeah. And one of the last things, and I'm sure everybody's wondering, about this guy here, Sir Leonard Nimoy. I don't know if that's his official title, but that's what I'm calling him
I don't think he was knighted.
That's what I'm calling him. He passed away not too long ago, and so...
A week ago, actually.
Was it a week ago? You know what, though? I never really saw it, actually, until I just one post on my newsfeed. That was it. It's like, really? And so, yeah, this is why he's up here. And John actually has a few cool stories.
Yeah. I pulled this out of storage. I've had this poster. I got it. My aunt got it from... It was my uncle's when he was young, and my aunt had it in her attic, and she gave it to me when I was a little kid. And it's been in her basement ever since. She has a nice finished basement that we used to play in. Had a bar.
Oh.
Still has the bar, but nobody uses it now. And so I thought I'd pull this out of storage and put it up here in honor. My father, who passed away last summer, he was a big Trekkie, which you wouldn't expect by looking at him, because he was a big, gruff truck driver, wore cowboy boots and flannel shirts and everything. But he loved him some Star Trek. And when we were kids, we went to a couple conventions with him where I actually met James Doohan, and I was scared to say the wrong thing. So scared that I cried. But we got the Star Trek Encyclopedia signed by James Doohan. And then we went to another convention where William Shatner was there, but you weren't allowed to talk to William Shatner unless you paid big money. So we just got to see him. He came and gave a speech. And the only memory I have of my entire family, me, my 2 brothers and my 2 sisters, and my mom and my dad, all going out to a movie together to see the same movie, was Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. And I was telling Tyler, that's kind of weird because I would have been about 8 at the time.
And the movie came out in 91, and so I wasn't even
he's
here
so
yet.
old.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it wasn't until I was 8 years old that I remember the entire family going to a movie. And that's the only time.
Right.
Either. But, so that's, that's the kind of thing. My dad had his own poster from when Star Trek the Motion Picture came out.
Cool.
And he had the soundtrack. And he had books on tape up the wazoo, because as a truck driver, he would sit and listen to the books on tape, so he knew all this expanded universe factoids about every single little thing. They talk about the Kobayashi Maru in the movies, but he had the book on tape about the Kobayashi Maru, and he would talk about it. And so it was kind of a hard moment when I heard the news that Leonard had passed.
Right.
But it also made me happy to think about those good memories with my dad too.
Right, exactly. And I actually got into Star Trek was because my dad too watched a lot of Star Trek, but of course we didn't go to conventions or anything like that. He was actually more into the Next Generation type of stuff, but he would occasionally watch the first Star Trek with William Shatner and Mr. Nimoy here. And I remember the movie, and I actually had to describe it to you, to what it was called. And it was actually Star Trek 4.
The Voyage Home.
The Voyage Home. And
his description was, the one with the whales? They're in the water and there's whales?
Shatner was in the water, and for some reason there was talk about whales.
Yeah.
And so that's how I got into Star Trek. So, yeah. Leonard Nimoy. Legend. So, yep. This poster's going to be here for a while, so, yeah.
Of all the men I've known, his soul was the most human. That's Star Trek 2, man. Star Trek 2.
Star Trek 2. All right, so anything that you got to add this week?
Yeah, we want you to follow us on the Twitter at Blackboard Rants. You can find us on Facebook.
Right.
Under our production company, Pure Milk Genius.
Yep.
Please like, subscribe, share.
Do whatever you do.
These things so that more people can watch us and we can keep having fun. Maybe we'll get better at it. Who knows?
You really don't know. Maybe we still suck.
Yeah.
But we still think we're great.
I think we need another shot then.
Oh. All right.
Barkeep. Because I noticed neither of us really even had to take a drink of water through the whole thing.
I was thinking about that the whole thing. Not because of the hot sauce. That's because, I had thirst for some high quality H2O. Mr. Nimoy, live long and prosper.
I can only do that with my right hand, not my left.
You do both.
All right.
Live long and prosper, everybody. Remember, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you do.
Rachel!